heavenly. If they're dusty and powdery and have an excessive amount of fallout, then that's just dusty and powdery. It is not creamy. She's been in the makeup game for so long, like literally a decade, and she knows what she's doing. The thing is though, in a palette, what do you look for? Wow, that is really pigmented. Wow. Just wow. I have no words. Tati. Hey guys, what is poppin'? Today I am so excited. I can't even begin to tell you. I know I'm pretty much excited in literally every single video, but today is on a whole nother level because we are going to be dipping into the Tati Beauty Textured Neutrals palette. I love Tati. I've been wanting this palette for so long and I'm so excited to get into it. Here is the beautiful palette. It is just the packaging is so stunning. I can't even imagine the inside. Actually, I can. I've opened this up. I've swatched it. Today in the video, I'm not going to be getting into swatches because I am probably the millionth person on YouTube to review this palette. So there's definitely a lot of swatches out there and I don't think I need to do more. I think it would just be cool if I did a look and did my first impressions and checked out the palette. So without further ado, I am so excited to get these eyeshadows on my eyelids. And let's get into it. Okay, so here is the beautiful Tati Beauty palette. This is the back of it. It is stunning. This is the sleeve of the palette actually. So if I just, oh, and it also says Tati Beauty over here. It says volume 1. So I just start slipping out the palette from inside and here is the actual palette. It says Tati Beauty in gold. And this is obviously the sleeve that it comes in, and this is the actual palette. It actually does also come in this really nice box with Tati's face on it. You guys have probably seen it already. Should I show it to you guys? You know what? I might as well, since I'm here, show you guys the box it came in too. There's Tati. There's her beautiful face. She looks gorgeous as always. And it comes in some nice eco-friendly packaging, which is also very nice. So it has the raised gold lettering, as you can see. It also has the Tati Beauty brand name over here and it says volume 1. Tati did say that she wanted these to stack up as books when she released further palettes. And ready, we're about to get into the actual palette. Let's open the baby up. Ta-da! Guys, this thing is a beauty. Let me take off this plastic so you guys can see its true authentic beauty. It is honestly like heavenly. Thank God my palette is fine because my best friend Kinza, I know you're watching this, actually gifted this to me as my graduation present, so thank you to her. And she would not be happy if something did happen. So that survived the fall, thank God, because I have seen some falls happen before and the palette really hasn't survived. Good thing I have carpeted floors. So we have 5 different rows. We have the matte row over here, we have the sequin row, we have the metallic row, and then the glitter row. All of them are stunning. When I've swatched the black is on another level. I could, just by swatching it, I can tell it's the best, most pigmented black in my collection. And the glitters also do swatch very nicely. Like I said, there are a bunch of swatches over on YouTube. And I also might be doing some on my Instagram, which is @_MarilyMari. If you guys want to check the swatches I do out. And without further ado, let's get into these 4 rows. Like I said, there are 4 finishes: glitter, sequin, metallic, and matte. We have Memory, Ritual, Story, Soothe, Aura, and Poet. And basically those are all the shades in the palette, and now let's get on into the application. So if you guys are wondering why this eye looks dead or kind of makes me look high, it's because no, I'm just kidding. I'm a holy Muslim. It's because allergies are really getting the best of me right now, so please excuse that. Of course, it didn't stop me from filming this video. That's just the type of excitement I have for this palette and the kind of YouTuber I am, if I do say so myself. And let's get on into putting on these shades on our eyelids. So I've started off by priming my lids with my Too Faced Born This Way concealer. I just find the best way to prime my lids with concealer. So I'm taking my Real Techniques Multitask Eye Brush right over here. It's just a fluffy crease brush. It's like, I'd say medium sized. And I'm dipping into the shade Soothe. I want to see how much fallout this really has. It's a transition shade, so I usually do pick up a bit of my transition shades. As you can see, there is a little bit of fallout, but nothing too crazy. Fallout in any good eyeshadow palette, I've said this so many times, is going to happen. If you want a good eyeshadow palette formula, you're going to experience some fallout, because that's just mean that they're easy to blend and nice and creamy. If they're dusty and powdery and have an excessive amount of fallout, then that's just dusty and powdery. It is not creamy. Alright, so I'm taking that and I'm going into my crease and just laying that down. My concealer is wet. I have not set it just because I think that's honestly just the best way for the colors to show up. And that is how I usually do my eye primer with any other palette I use, basically. So I just want to treat it like any other palette. I'm going to be blending that out softly all over my crease. Okay, so that blended out pretty effortlessly, and it looks pretty nice and smooth and easily blended out, to be honest. Now we are going to go into the shade Story. It's like this deep orange shade. It's like a wearable orange though. Just tapping into it a couple times. I'm going to tap off a little excess because I've heard this pigment is a little out of this world. And now I'm going to start off by laying that a little lower than the transition shade, but still kind of use this as a transition shade. So far, I'm loving this matte formula. I think it's very nice and easy to blend. Very, very nice. And you could tell how high quality these shadows are. Wow, that quality was actually insane, I've got to say. I honestly knew that Tati wouldn't come out with a palette anything than absolutely amazing quality, because that's just the kind of gal she is, you know, because she's been in the makeup game for so long, like literally a decade, and she knows what she's doing. So I honestly had no doubts. That's why going into this, I was so positive that it would be as good as it actually is. And she has definitely done amazing with it, because so far I'm loving the quality, and I've only used the mattes, and I've got to say it's looking great so far. I actually have gotten fortunate enough to be in Tati's DM. She did repost my story once, and then we've been talking since then here and there in her DMs, and she is the sweetest soul. It's actually insane to see that someone would be so sweet in DMs, which like no other people are gonna see these DMs and be like, oh wow, you know, Tati's amazing. She's actually doing it from her heart. It's so sweet. She's always reaching out to her subscribers and saying things, and it actually just means a lot. You could tell that she is going to listen to us when it comes to her brand, and not just, you know, take out stuff on her brand that she doesn't even think her subscribers will like and just put it out quickly for a money grab. You know that she's actually putting her heart and soul into it. Alright, so now that ramble is done, I also do want to mention that the mirror on this palette is actually massive. Sorry, I don't want to flash you, but it's actually massive, and it is a very nice high quality mirror. I'm actually going to be using that. I'm taking, oh by the way, the brush that I went with before was the Morphe M573 brush when I went in with the shade Story. Now I'm taking the Morphe M514 brush, and I'm going to be dipping in to the shade that I've been wanting to dip in since I saw this palette come out. This beautiful purple Poet shade. It's so stunning. Oh, I love how this has like barely any fallout, to be honest, so far. It didn't really look like there was much fallout, which I love and adore. Alright, I'm going to put this even lower. I'm going to put it kind of where I put Story, but I'll saturate it a little bit more on the outer corner. Absolutely flawless. Now going back into the shade Story and just blending out that electric pinkish purple and making sure it all blends together smoothly. Like, do you see how easy it is to blend? Like, I don't really have to put much pressure. I'm literally holding it down here, and I'm going in very lightly. I'm not like pressing hard onto the eyeshadow. I'm just swirling it out very lightly just to get a nice blend. And then I'm going to go back with our transition shade. Okay, so there we have the matte shades on the palette that I'm going to be using. I might go in with the black a little later just because I'm very curious about it, but I think I'm going to be starting to dip into the other formulas now. Now, if you weren't me and doing a review on this palette, normally I would just go out and do an everyday look like this. What I really love about the palette is I can go ahead and pop Matte Aura onto my lids, like just over here, and it would be like this natural matte, like smoky, not smoky, but like this natural matte everyday glam type of look, and I would just be out the door and it'd be that easy. It's that versatile that you can just do whatever you want, or you could do what I'm about to do right now and take it on another level. I also gotta say, I've been going off camera to do this eye, and I've basically been using this humongous mirror, and let me tell you, it is a really good high quality, it's a really good high quality mirror, I've got to say. I really don't use mirrors and palettes just because they're honestly not big enough. Like, I need to get up close in there, really see like every single corner and everything while I'm doing it, and sometimes mirrors don't really give me that. So the fact that I'm actually using a mirror on a palette is kind of shocking me, to be honest. So very easy to travel with since you have a mirror, or to work with since you have a mirror. Alright, now I'm going to be dipping into Poet Sequin. I want to take a moment to talk about this sequin shade. It is honestly like, it is such a cool formula because it is a matte, but it has like those like little pearl sequin, like tiny micro glitters, I'd say, on it that just make it so unique. It's honestly so cool. Now, I have seen some reviews and some people are saying that when you blend on the colors onto your eyes, the micro glitters do fall out just a bit. And for that, I kind of just wanted to mention how these sequin shades really work and what I've seen in sequin shades in my collection so far. I think these sequin shades aren't made necessarily for the glitter to completely show up like in the pan. I think they're more necessarily made for the way they blend. For example, you just saw these mattes, honestly out of this world, but a matte will always be a matte no matter how nice it is. Whether it's Natasha Denona, Pat McGrath, Tati Beauty, no matter what it is, ColourPop. They're going to take some time to blend because it's a matte. It's fully just dry, no sort of, I'd say, sheet or moisture, anything to really, you know, have it kind of just blow out. It's a matte. It's going to cling on just a bit. It's any matte you do. It could be the most high quality matte ever. That's just how mattes work. The sequin shade, because they have those little micro glitters inside of it, it's almost as if you have a matte shade on. If you want to fully blend it out on the crease, you kind of just dip in your brush into the palette and use it to blend it out on the crease. And it would just be way easier to blend than a matte, even if it's a matte that blends well, because it has those micro glitters to buff it out a bit, give it a little bit extra of that moisture where it almost just blends itself, because it has those micro glitters to help out and buff it out, you know? It has some sort of grip, I'd say, to just blow it out, like I said, in the crease. Or if you want to do what I'm about to do and you want those micro glitters to show up, either you can take it on a brush and spray it with Fix Plus, or in my case I would use the Morphe setting spray if you really want those micro glitters to show up, which I would since it has like this blue purple base. Or you could do what I'm about to do and go in with your finger and just put that on your lid. So I'm taking that and I'm literally just going to pat it so that the glitter doesn't fall out. I'm going to go on the outer edge because, oh wow, I'm going to go on the outer edge because I want to save the inside of my lid for the glitter and the metallic. So I think the glitter pretty much stayed on there and it looks pretty good. I'm going to go back with some more and kind of just build that up. Like, did you guys just see how easy the matte base of the sequin was to blend on my lid? Like, this is legit blended with my finger. Of course, it has a matte base, but it's going to blend a lot easier than an actual shadow because of those sequins. This is just like an example, legit live example right in front of you. Now I'm going to go back in with our transition shade Soothe, and I'm going to blend the sequin and the crease in together. Very, very lightly, nothing too crazy. Like I said, the sequin is really easy to blend, so it doesn't really require too much. And just like that, we're already done. Now, I'm really interested to dip into Story Metallic because that one looks stunning. It is actually such a pretty metallic. I've got to say about the metallic row, I've swatched them and I've realized that the metallics have different formulas in them. And I know people have also said this, that they didn't really enjoy the fact that the whole row was called metallic when only a few were metallic and some were, as they described, shimmers. The thing is though, in a palette, what do you look for? You look for versatility. This palette is honestly the most versatile palette in my collection because there's so many finishes. Now the shimmers, as you can see, some of these three are like basically browns. You're not going to want three metallic browns in your collection. It's a little different in the formula because this one's more of a shimmer. This one's a bit more of a metallic and fiery. While this one is just like a light pinch, you know? So it's for those different days where if you're feeling like a nice dark brown metallic, you would go for this one. If you're feeling for something a bit more fiery, you would go for this more ultra metallic. If you're doing something everyday glam, just hit in a little bit of Soothe Transition Shade and Transition Shade, Soothe Matte and Soothe Metallic, which is a little bit more of just a shimmer that just adds that little oomph in your lid. So for all occasions you have different metallics. So I like the different formulas in the one labeled formula, which is metallic. I like how they're a little different because I think it plays out for different occasions and kind of just gives you more, I guess, fun and I'd say more versatility and a little bit more of a difference between the shades rather than just like three metallic gold/brown shades. You know what I mean? So I think if you look at it from that angle, it kind of just makes you think that you've gotten more formulas than the four that you already have. So I'm taking Story Sequin on my finger and I'm going to be applying that to my inner lid. Wow, that is really pigmented. Wow. Just wow. I have no words. Tati. Alright, now I'm going to dip into Soothe, was it? Yeah, Soothe Glitter. I was going to dip into Poet Glitter, but I felt like I already used two formulas of the Poet row, but I don't know. It's just such a stunning glitter. Do you guys see my indecisiveness? No, I'm just going to go with my gut and go for Soothe, and I'm going to go for the glitter. I'm just going to press my finger in a few times. Just tap that in. And that's it. Like you see, there is a lot of pigment that comes onto your fingers. So don't go in rubbing in like a matte shadow that you're about to swatch. Just tap, 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 and really get that pigment, or else you will have a little bit of fallout. Now I'm going to go on my inner lid and just use my finger and tap it on. Wow. Wow. This has to be the easiest glitter I've ever had to put on my eye. Wow. I have no words. Wow. Oh my god. Oh my god, Tati, you're killing me. Wow. Tati, if you're watching this, honestly, you're probably not watching this, but if you are, wow. Just wow. You did this. Wow. Alright, now I'm going to go back in with Poet Matte and then kind of just blend out the edges and blend into the glitter just a bit. Kind of covering up the sequin just a bit. I really want the intensity that this matte has back into the look. And that's it. Now I'm just going to go back in with the transition shade and blend that all out. Our transition shade was the shade Soothe, by the way. Alright guys, that is pretty much it for the eyeshadow. It is so stunning. What do you guys think? Although in the final look you guys can't see all the formulas, I did enjoy showing you guys each formula and the breakdown of all of them, and I've got to say I'm very impressed with this look. I love the way it turned out. The glitter is absolutely stunning. Let's get into the lower lash line. First, I wanted to assess the fallout situation. There is a little bit of glitter under my eyes, but other than that, there's not really too much fallout of the matte or the sequin or metallic shade. It's literally just a little bit of glitter. but considering that it's a glitter, it's actually very less fallout because I only have a few specks under my eyes, which I am about to clean up with my makeup wipe. But like I said, nothing too excessive, just the normal amount of fallout that you would expect more with the glitter. That's what I'm gonna leave it at. Also, I just wanted to quickly mention that I did use the glitter on my, as you can see, highly allergic eye. And I know on the palette it does say that the glitter is not intended for use in the immediate eye area. So it's talking inside your eye. Now, a few little fallout spectacles, like, not a few, but I'd say like about one probably did reach kind of close to my eye. And I haven't felt any burning sensation or anything crazy like that. So if you are worried about that, I wouldn't worry about it too much. Because like I said, I just put the glitter on a highly allergic eye and I'm literally fine. If not, I'm doing amazing. So with this palette, I'm like on cloud 9. So just wanted to quickly put that out there. Alright, I'm going to go in with this pair of Lashaholic lashes in Instaglam and put these on my eyelids. They're a little bit more natural. You don't want to go in with crazy eyelashes when you kind of already have a crazy glittery eye look going on. So I'm going to throw these on real quick and then I will be back to do the lower lash line. Okay, so we are back. Like I said, my lashes are nothing too crazy, but they're there just to add a little bit of, you know, glamour to the already glamour. Now we are going to go into the lower lash line. I'm thinking the black because we haven't used it and I really do want to use the black. So yeah, I'm just going to do a nice little smoky little lower lash line and then also do the inner corner and the brow bone with the palette. So I'm taking my Morphe M506 brush and dipping very, very slightly into the shade Memory and tapping off the excess because I don't want to have a crazy lower lash line. And from what I saw when I swatched this black is crazy intense and pigmented and insane. So don't want to risk a crazy lower lash line. Alright, I'm going to start off on the edge and then blend it all the way onto the inner corner. Now I'm going back in with Poet and then kind of just blending the edges all together so that it fades nicely on the outer corner over there. Like you see, I kind of just swinged out that black and faded it inside and it looks really nice. Now I'm going to go back in with Story and use that to blend out the black on the lower lash line. Alright, now I'm going to go in to Aura Metallic with my finger and use this as an inner corner highlight. And then I'm going to go in with a brush and go into Aura Sequin and go in on to my brow bone. Just because I don't love a crazy brow bone, I like to go in with a matte shade, but I think it'll be pretty cool to see the sequin formula on the brow bone. So first I'm starting off and doing the inner corner. That is really nice. Like I said, it gives it that perfect oomph without being too crazy. Wow. Alright, so I have Aura Sequin on my Morphe M421 brush. It picked up a lot of pigment, I've got to say. And the color almost has, I'd say like, I don't know, now that I'm looking at it, hold on, I have to dig back in. I'd say like pinky goldy reflex. It's really, really stunning, I've got to say. It's a very, very stunning shade. Oh wait, let me tap off the excess a bit first on my finger, so I don't have crazy fallout all over this pretty eyeshadow. Wow, that's really pretty. Now I can already tell if you are one of those girls that likes metallic beaming highlighters on your brow bone, but if you're having a messy brow day and you kind of don't want to accentuate that brow hair and make it look even crazier, go in with the sequin formula and it will do justice because it gives you that little metallic feel without accentuating the brow hairs and making your brows look worse than they already look. Alright guys, and this is the final look using the Tati Beauty Volume 1 Textured Neutrals palette. This was my first impression. I think you guys already know what my final thoughts are. I obviously loved each shade and each like rundown of the palette. Now I've got to say I loved all the colors I did use. The only row that I didn't really get into was this chocolate brown shade called Ritual. I never used any on that row, but I mean, it's a brown. If all the other colors did that well, I'm pretty sure a brown will also do amazing. I dipped into the sequins. You guys know how I feel about that. I think they're amazing to blend. The mattes are so buttery, so creamy, amazing. The glitters are very nice. They're almost gel-like. The way you tap them on and they stay is honestly like none other. And the metallics, like I said, the formulas are a little bit different from each other, but that's only because I think it gives you more variation and I guess more use, I'd say, and more of, you know, different, I guess, feels slash looks to what you can create with the palette. And yeah, that is basically it. You guys obviously did hear my full-on review and full-on thoughts throughout this review. I made sure to go in detail and in-depth. This video is probably going to be very long, but I had a lot to say and I definitely think that I had to share my piece according to other reviews that I saw and what I've noticed now that I do own the palette. I can't wait to use this. Definitely let me know in the comments down below what type of other looks you want me to do using this palette and what you want to see from me, because I would love to do that for you all. And I hope to see you soon in my next one. If you want this palette and you can't decide if you want it or not, I would definitely say go for it if you are into neutrals slash little pops, or even just for the formula. Even if you have neutrals, I would go for it because I got a lot of neutrals in my collection, but nothing like this. So definitely gonna say that. Alright, and yeah, that is it. I hope to see you guys soon in my next video. Love you all and thank you for making it this whole way. You are amazing and I hope you have a great rest of the day. Bye!